Hello, happy Wednesday. I have sent out a dojo message, and I believe Miss Shook probably has too, to inform you about packets that are going to be going home to you guys. There are several ways you can retrieve these packets. I'm going to be posting all information of these packets on my school website. I'm also going to be posting them on Google Classroom. If for whatever reason you cannot get into Google Classroom, please send me a dojo message. I will try my very best to give you your username and password so that way that you can get on from home. The very same things that are going to go online will be what is given to you in person in print. So you're not going to miss out on anything if you cannot get online. We're trying to make it kind of even. We don't want to give anybody something different. Everything you're going to be getting is review work, stuff that you can be working on at home so that way you don't forget all the things that you've learned. There's going to be several different times that you can go pick up the packets. Starting tomorrow at 3 o'clock, you can go up to the school to get one, and then Friday, first thing in the morning at 9 o'clock to 12. If those times do not work for you or you don't have a way to get up there to get a packet, please dojo me and we can work something out for you guys. I would hate for you not to have the information. Like I said, it is all review. It is nothing new. Okay? I will keep updating you as I get the information. Right now, nothing has been said about keeping you guys out of school past March 30th. I hope and pray that is the case. I pray that this stuff is all over with and we can get back together in the classroom and get back to learning and doing some fun stuff in the classroom. But until then, we're going to continue reading rules. So where I just left off is she fixed the tape for David because he had unwound it. And remember, Christy's at her house. So it says, "Go find Mom," I say, pressing the cassette into his hand, "and tell her I am done babysitting." Before I close the door, I peek into the living room to be sure David's heading towards Mom's office. He disappears down the hallway, swinging his arms. "That must be hard," Christy says. "Even regular brothers are a pain." Regular, snarls in my stomach. I grab my sticky note and write, "Dad, buy a new tape player," and stick it on the back of my door to remember to tell him again. To quiet my guinea pigs, I pull strings of timothy hay from the little bale I keep under the cage. Nutmeg yips as Cinnamon steals her hay. "They're so cute," Christy says. "Can I hold them?" "Sure." I toss her a towel. "Better put that on your lap in case they pee." I slide one hand under Nutmeg's chest and cup her back legs with my other. Cinnamon weeps until I set her next to Nutmeg on Christy's lap. The squealing turns to happy pig cooing. "Nutmeg, I thought I'd never see you again. Say, what are you eating?" "Towel, medium rare with a hint of fabric softener. Care for a bite?" "Don't mind if I do." Remember, she likes to talk as her guinea pigs. My door bursts open. "No toys in the fish tank," David announces. "I'll be right back," I say to Christy between my clenched teeth. "No problem," she says, stroking Nutmeg's neck. I close my door behind me so Christy won't see me run. "Why?" I sprint ahead of David. "Why today?" Because a tiny cowboy stands bow-legged on the gravel at the bottom of the fish tank, one hand poised to grab his pistol, the other holding the end of a lasso, hovering in a loop above his head. A goldfish swims right through the hole. "Get back here, you pesky varmint!" Plunging my hand into the water, fish swoosh past my finger. I rescue the cowboy and throw him into the toy box. Grabbing David's wrist, I don't even wipe my hand first. "Wet!" David twists to get away. "You're not going to ruin this for me." I yank him along beside me down the hallway to Mom's office. She's on the phone. "All right, then," Mom says into the receiver. "I'll look forward to hearing from you next week." "I have company," I say, not caring about interrupting her, "and you need to watch David." Mom holds up one finger for me to wait, but I push David ahead of me into the room. Her eyebrows come down. She grabs a puzzle off her bookshelf and dumps the pieces on the floor. "Yes, that'll be fine," she says into the phone. David sits beside the hill of pieces. He can't stand to see puzzles undone, but he insists on doing the pieces in lines, like he's reading the puzzle. He doesn't look for all the red barn pieces or the daisies in the field or the glimmers of sunlit water, left to right, top to bottom. That's his puzzle rule. And if you add a piece out of David's order, he'll take it back out, even if it fits. I slam Mom's office door on my way out. When I come back to my room, breathless from running down the hallway, I notice Nutmeg and Cinnamon are in their cage again. "Everything okay?" Christy asks. "I hope you don't mind that I looked at this." She's holding my sketchbook open to the half-finished portrait of Jason. "Is he your boyfriend?" "No, just a boy I started drawing." Christy tilts her head in a "oh, really" look. If you want someone to think something's not important, use just a lot. "He's just a boy I know from, well, I don't really know him. Not really. I just see him I check my watch. It's almost time to leave for OT. I can't tell Christy I have to go, not the first time we've met, but I've told Jason I'd see him today." Christy tosses my sketchbook onto my desk. My hands itch to flip the page, but that'll bring attention to it. "Want to watch TV?" Christy asks. If I say no, maybe I won't get another chance to hang out with her. I glanced at Thomas the Tank Engine reflected in my mirror, his eyes closed, braced for a crash that'll never happen. From somewhere, David shrieks. We can watch at my house, Chrissy says. That stings, even if I agree. Sure, I say. I'll tell my mom. All the way up Chrissy's walkway, I want to skip or run or twirl with my arms out like a 6-year-old. It feels deliciously easy to be visiting a friend's house without having to say, sorry, David, this is for me. You can't come. Hearing Mom's car back out of the driveway, I turn to wave. She waves, but David sits alone in the back seat, hunched down, his hands over his ears. I follow Christy up the steps and through her front door. Next chapter. At someone else's house, you have to follow their rules. At a friend's house, everything is uncomplicated. No one drops toys in the fish tank, no one cares if the cellar door is open or closed, and no one shrieks unless there's a huge hairy spider crawling up your arm. And they only have regular family rules. No snacks right before supper, call if you're going to be late, and homework first. But the best part of being at a friend's house is I can just be me and put the sister part of me down. Christy's room looks like a page from a catalog, the sort of shiny catalog I get in the mail and can only afford a toothbrush or a poster from. But Christy's new pink swirled curtains match the fat comforter on her bed, which matches the pink and blue rug on her floor. It's all beautiful, but what I envy most is the neat row of things on her bureau. Photographs, makeup, her jewelry tree, and a long row of nail polish bottles. Everything out in the open, not jumbled in drawers like mine, out of David's sight. Lying next to Christy on her new-smelling pink comforter, I wish I wasn't wearing an old sun-faded t-shirt and had put on makeup this morning. I think he's cute, Christy says, and I force my gaze back to the teen people spread in front of us. The boy in the magazine has perfect teeth and stabbing dark eyes. Christy taps the little box that says Up Close and Personal with Jake. He says his ideal date would be a sunset walk on the beach and a picnic supper he has prepared. He sounds cheap. As soon as I say it, I wish I could stuff the words right back in my mouth. But Christy laughs. Yeah, why can't he bring the picnic? If you get invited somewhere, you shouldn't have to bring supper. She flips onto her back. I roll over too. Her ceiling is ordinary plain white with a simple square glass light in the middle and two hooks like upside down question marks holding nothing. I think Mrs. Bowman hung plants here. Can you date yet? Christy asks. I shrug. I know boys from school and church, but no one I'd want to go out with by myself. Well, not really by myself, because he'd be there too. Oh, shut up, I tell my tongue. You should ask that boy you drew on a date, Christy asks. What's his name? I shift my shoulders, pretending I need to stretch so she won't notice. I'm squirming. Is there any harm in telling his name? They're not likely to meet. Jason doesn't even go to the same school I do. Jason. My boyfriend and I broke up before I moved. Christy says, but I think Ryan likes me. His mom works at the community center, where I volunteer. Did you know the community center is sponsoring a summer dance? It's for kids aged 8 to 17. You could ask Jason. You volunteer? I need to change the subject. Yeah, with the preschool day camp. It sounded fun, but when I signed up, but they want me to come every day now. And with going to Dad's every weekend, I haven't had much time to finish unpacking. I glance at her bureau to the framed photograph of a man standing with a dog. My friend Melissa's parents are divorced. She's in California for the summer with her dad. My parents aren't divorced. She says it so sharp I gasp. I'm sorry, I thought because they're just separated. Chrissy reaches up to twirl a piece of her hair in her finger. They're just taking a break for a while. It's so quiet I can hear birds outside and cars driving past on the road. Christy holds the very end of the lock of hair and it spins back, falling against the path of freckles across her nose. Want to shoot some baskets? She asks, pushing her hair out of the way. I don't know which box my basketball's in, but it's in the garage somewhere. Sure. I can't help checking off a list of differences in each room we pass through. No locks on the door, no little kid videos next to the TV, no safety plugs in the outlet, and a box of cookies left out on the kitchen table. No one worried someone will eat them all at once. Chrissy's garage is full of boxes, bikes, rakes, a snowblower, and a clutter of other things. We open boxes until we find her basketball. I hope you're not real good, Chrissy passes me the ball. I'm only kind of good. Me too, I say relieved. We play one-on-one until I see Dad pull into our driveway with David. David runs up the walkway to our house, clutching his video. Hi, Dad smiles, coming toward the fence. It's a nice surprise to drive in and see you next door, Kath. We'll stop there. All right, guys, keep checking Dojo. Keep checking my school website. Things will be shared with you. As soon as I get updates, I will update you guys. I love you, and I'm praying for you, and I'll see you later.